There are different ways of assessing the quality of the embryos, okay? And also it depends a lot on whether you transfer embryos on day 2 or day 3, or whether you transfer blastocyst, okay? When we transfer, or when others transfer, because we usually recommend a transfer on day 5, when day 2 or day 3 embryos are transferred, there are two classifications. One is A, B, C, D, being A the best, or you can use a score system from 1 to 10, being 10 the best, okay? This kind of assessment takes into account things like symmetry of the cells, if the embryo has fragmentation, if there is abnormalities inside of the embryo, how the fragmentation is distributed inside, and based on that, they basically grade the embryo, as I've said, A, B, C, D, or from 1 to 10. When we transfer day 5 embryos, there is a standard classification called Gardner system that basically assess different things. When you see this, you first see a number. The number is the grade of expansion of the blastocyst, which is not really relevant in terms of good or of success rate, because an embryo can be a 1, a 2, a 3. When the embryo reaches 4, it means that started the hatching. When the embryo is 5, it means that half of the embryo has done the hatching, and a 6 blastocyst means that the embryo is completely out of the pellucid zone. Which is really relevant is the other two things that we assess, which is the inner cell mass, which is the part of the embryo that is going to become the embryo, and the trophectoderm, which are the cells that are going to later be the placenta and the amniotic fluid. And we grade these two parts with letters. A is the best, C is the worst, so you can have different quality. For example, you can have a 3BA or a 4CC or a 2AA embryo. The number, as I've said, is the expansion. The first letter belongs to the inner cell mass, so it's telling us how good the embryo is. And the second letter is about the trophectoderm, so it's telling us how good all the other cells or the structures that are going to be the placenta are. Of course, if the embryo is AA, the prognosis is much better than if the embryo is BC, CB, or CC.